The truth is, I'm a crappy communicator. Yeah, believe it or not, that was the opening line to my very first CEO newsletter. And that CEO newsletter was, ironically enough, the cure to my crappy communication. So today, I want to show you how to send just one weekly email to solve all of your company's communication challenges and inspire your team to focus on the important work that truly matters. Let's dig in. If your company is experiencing the kind of rapid expansion and growth that mine was, chances are you might be a crappy communicator too. Look, Biggie Smalls wasn't kidding when he said, "Mo money, mo problems." As your company grows, the first area that breaks is communication. Expansion means more team members, fewer in-person meetings, and lots of opportunities for your message to get lost or distorted in a horrible game of broken telephone. All of this can lead to a fuzzy company vision and a host of employees who aren't on the same page or heck, even reading from the same book. So, if you're looking for a way to clarify your company's vision and goals, strengthen the line of communication between you and your team members, and inform, inspire, and ignite passion amongst your team, the solution is easy. Send out a weekly CEO newsletter. A regular CEO newsletter can help you address and solve all of the obstacles that are created when your company hits that growth spurt or goes through puberty on its way to becoming a full-fledged adult. So now that we've established that you need a CEO newsletter, what exactly is a CEO newsletter? Let's break down the 4 parts of an effective newsletter so that you can scale your company while everyone stays on the same page, in the same book, reading the same script. First, let's talk about the top of mind section. Think of this section like an at-a-glance look at what's going on within the company. This is the place to bring up new product launches, major policy changes, adjustments in goals or strategies, as well as big wins and accomplishments. This is an excellent place to address the most pressing topics that you've been mulling over. If it's on your mind, it should probably also be on the minds of your team members. And if it's not on their minds, well, here's the place to put it in their minds. Keep this section short and sweet by picking just 1 or 2 top of mind items. But be open, don't hold back. If you're concerned with something, say so. By being transparent about what it is that you're thinking and feeling from a leadership perspective, you're encouraging your team members to be transparent about their own thoughts and their own feelings. And this goes a really long way to circumventing any interpersonal dysfunction, and it reinforces a culture of trust, which is absolutely essential if you're gonna have a growing and thriving business. Now, once you've addressed some of the top of mind issues, it's time to check in with the how we're doing section. This is the section that everyone will be most interested in. How the company is doing overall is a direct reflection on what's been done and a projection of what the future might hold. The how we're doing section is the backbone of your newsletter, and like all backbones, it functions best when it's in alignment. So be straightforward, tell it like it is. What do I mean by that? It's simple. Just keep it to the facts and don't spin the truth. People know what's up and people know what's down. Look, if you've been underperforming that particular quarter and you haven't quite met your objectives, say it, lay it out. Honestly, your team are gonna appreciate it. Once you've addressed where your company is as a whole, it's time to zoom in on a more personal topic. You. Welcome to the what you're working on section. This section is your opportunity to open up to your team about what you've been reading, the podcasts that you've been listening to, or any personal development work that you've been doing, the work that you've been doing in the business, right? Consider this to be the one-stop shop for your team members to get a sense of what they could be reading or what they could be consuming to further develop their perspectives, especially if they hope one day to find themselves in your shoes. And trust me, if you've hired motivated employees, chances are they're gonna hope to do just that. And speaking of your shoes, while you're still wearing them, it's time to open up the floor for the feedback section. As a CEO, it can be easy to forget that your title carries with it a status that naturally creates a barrier to communication. The remedy, however, is as simple as opening up the floor to feedback. By giving your employees the opportunity to have some say in the way that things are going, it not only makes them feel more valued, it also makes them more efficient. They actually work better, which means they're more likely to help you achieve your goals too. Now, we talked about cultivating a culture of trust at the beginning of this video. This is just another way to do that. And by the way, if you're looking for a template that is effective easy to use, and just flat out awesome, might I suggest the remote communication software that we created. Yes, we are obviously biased, but we're also very happy customers here at the Scalable Company. So, for your own newsletter template, check out recess.io via the link in the description for the exact template that I use for my newsletters. Oh yeah, and if the idea of a weekly newsletter scares you, don't be afraid to start out with a monthly CEO newsletter. Yes, weekly is better, but monthly is fine. And when it comes to communicating what truly matters, anything, and I mean this, anything, is better than nothing. Consistency with your CEO newsletter is the key that unlocks the door to effective communication, improved morale, and a workplace environment where everyone's visions and goals are aligned. So, launch your CEO newsletter this week. And when you do, be sure to leave a comment and let me know how it went.